Think of your typical day. Think of all the things we're rushing to get accomplished in our home lives, in our work, on our way to work. There is no moment to spare, no empty moments to fill. To add to this, we're looking for ways to increase our productivity so that we can cram more into our already busy lives. Looking for ways to monetize our hobbies, sleeping less and hustling more. Accomplishments are often measured by how busy we keep ourselves. The pace of life seems to be getting faster, and it can all start to look like a big blur. I also understand that this stems from the pressures of our modern world. It really raises the question, is life just a big checklist that we're trying to rush through? And of course the answer is no, but somewhere along the way, I also got caught up in the game. But I realized that I don't want to rush through life. I don't want to be consumed by my own busyness. And coming to this realization, I knew that I needed to take a different path and find a way to pay attention to my own life. For the past year, I have been on this journey to adapt a more intentional and simple living. Somewhere down the rabbit hole, I came across this movement, and it's called the slow living movement. Slow living emphasizes the slower approaches to our daily life. This movement originated in Italy with the slow food movement, and it was in response to the emerging fast food industry. The term slow is actually an acronym. It stands for sustainable, local, organic, and whole. Of course, this term really evolved with time, and you might see it in different industries. You might hear slow cities or slow money, but it is all under the umbrella of this term slow living. At the core of it, it is about slowing down and being more conscious in the way that you approach these different aspects of life. Slow living is a life philosophy. It's a state of mind and being, a reflective approach, a methodical process to daily life. Adapting a slower pace of life or slow living doesn't mean that you need to ditch your technology and move out to the country, start making your own clothes, your food. That would be extremely cool if you can make that happen, but there is definitely no extreme action needed for this mindset. I think it's important to mention not to conflate this idea of being less motivated or setting the bar lower for ourselves or even being lazy. That is not the point of this movement, and it actually misses the whole point. It is more about finding a balance in this fast-paced world. You can be motivated, you can work hard without losing the focus of what's truly important in life. So how can we find balance in this fast-paced world? Of course, I'm still molding this definition and trying to fit it into my own lifestyle, and for every one of us it's going to look very different, but I have found some approaches that have been an incredible help in my own life, so I would love to share with you some of them today. And the first thing that comes to mind is spending time alone. If you are introverted like I am, this comes naturally for you and it's quite easy. But I think this can be beneficial not just for the introverted, but for everyone, is to have quiet time in your day, whether it's a few minutes or a couple of hours. When we're alone, and only when we're alone, we can listen to our own thoughts, be reflective, and slow down life for the moment being. This is my favorite time to reflect and to craft my skills or dwell on ideas. Only in silence with ourselves we can hear our own voice, and I think this is why meditation has gained such popularity in the Western culture, is because we need the time to slow down. My second approach is to not pay too much attention to the metrics. It feels like we're always getting measured and we have numbers attached to our identities, whether it's our net worth, our salaries, our scores, but we can't be reduced down to a number. We are so much more than that, and I think it's important to not pay too much attention to the way that society values us or the way that society measures us. Really pay attention to the process, enjoying the moment, enjoying the getting there, because that is really what life is. It is just the long journey, and if you're not enjoying the journey, really, are you paying enough attention? Something that we can all do is to eliminate one thing from our checklist. I navigate my day-to-day with a checklist, and it has been incredibly helpful to me. However, I have lists or things on there that I just put down because it's been a part of my routine forever. I never second guess it. It is just part of my day-to-day, but it's important to ask yourselves these questions. Am I just going through the motion of things, or is this really necessary? I feel like I'm always trying to fill my time, whether it's with entertainment, with information. I mean, we're constantly surrounded by noise and there's so much going on. If I turn on my phone, I can be entertained for hours with social media, with the news updates, but this is actually counterproductive. Even though we might feel like we are filling our dead time multitasking or gaining information, when we're constantly being bombarded with the noise of our surroundings, we don't have a chance to slow down. When you are doing the dishes or vacuuming or waiting at the line at the grocery store, it's okay to pause and just be okay with the silence. Last but not least is make sure that you do at least one thing a day that makes you happy. Life is not a chore. We shouldn't treat it like such. We get all the important things done. We have the checklist. We are being more productive than we have ever been. But are we happy doing it? And if we're not, then what is the point? As a reminder to why we're working, why we are doing the things that we do, it's important to incorporate something in your day that makes you feel like yourself. Maybe you like to read a couple of pages of your favorite book every day. Maybe you like to water your plants, or you like a clean room before you leave the house. Whatever makes you happy. We were able to see this during quarantine. People were baking and learning new languages, making art and being creative. And I think this really shows that, you know, when people have the idle time, they can be creative, they can express themselves. And it was such a beautiful thing. When you slow down your day, you can see things for what they are and really focus on what truly matters to us. This is the key to live a more fulfilling and more centered life. Let me know in the comments below one thing that you do in your day that makes you happy. And if you like this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more videos. It will help my channel out extremely, and I would really appreciate it. I make new videos every Tuesday and Friday on intentional living, slow living, and also my life here on Maui. Really appreciate your time, and until next time, take care guys. Bye.